Hey, it's EP here with Dream Cars for Less. On our last video, we had door failure. We tried to rebuild the bottom of the door out of just sheet metal, hung the door, didn't work. So our next step was we was going to take it back off, try to shave it down some, see what we could do. We ended up just taking the idea. I just took a hammer and beat the door and tried to knock it into shape and just didn't work. So what I did was I just went ahead and removed all of the bottom half of the door again. As you can see, there's no door left. And started back thinking, what pulled up online to see what it would cost to get the bottom half of the door. You can buy the bottom half of the door. It comes to about right in here, all the way across for the inner part. Then you can also, man, my hand's dirty. I'm working. And you can also get the outer skin also, which would come up high enough to what I need. Problem with that is the two pieces, inner pieces and the two outer skin pieces, best I could find with shipping, and I looked everywhere, was $638. And then I'm putting it in these rusted doors that still need some repair around the sides and around the tops. And you can see he's had work done all in here. There's still issues on this door. Like up in here, we have some rust. Hard to hold the camera and do this. Anyway, so made the decision to start looking again, even though I'd looked 100 times, for some doors. So luckily, first thing popped up was a set of doors, 30 minutes away from my house. Went and looked at them yesterday, made him an offer on them, thought we was going to pick them up today. Find out the doors belong to half the doors belong to his brother, would not accept my offer, so we ended up paying full asking price for the doors. But guess what? We have now two doors that are in good shape, solid at the bottom. The passenger side door does have a little bit of rust starting in the very bottom, but it will be very easy to repair. This one, which I don't have it bolted on yet because it does not have a latch in it. It's actually being held on right this minute with some duct tape, so the door is way too low still, but it'll go in place. I've already had it in place. This door does have the holes across the top for the 210, which, if you remember, my car is a 150 and did not come with that. So I have to weld those holes up. And actually, this is a 56 door, so it's got the holes down the side, same way the doors I was working on did. So those will have to be welded up. But in overall, and there's nothing in it. There's no interior inside in this door, period. So I'm trying to get the insides out of mine, which is not working good because they're very rusted. Then we have the other door over here. It's the one that has a little bit of rust in the bottom of it, but it's still a pretty solid door. Now it is a 55 210 door, so it does have the two small holes right here to be fixed, and it does have the top holes also, but still no big deal. We can weld those up. So that's where we're at. Wasn't the ideal thing that I wanted to do because I didn't want to spend the money. And I'll go ahead and tell you, we paid, I don't know if anybody wants to guess what these doors cost, but it's the best deal I could find on the most solid doors, and I ended up giving $800 for two doors. But everywhere else, they're $650 up, depending on the shape and a piece. Not these are $400 a piece is what these was. So I think, overall, I got a good deal on them. I know the theory of this channel is to build a car for the less amount of money as we possibly can, but I guess sometimes it's just not possible. Sometimes the stuff is just too far gone, and it's not like buying new doors. We did get a set of new doors priced to us for $975 each, but I was told by the guy I got these doors from, he has 355s. He had tried a set of the new doors on his and said they did not fit, period. Said he was going to have to add metal to all the edges to make the gaps okay. At least we got really nice gaps looking so far on this one. We don't have the fender on yet, but so far gaps are looking really good. Really happy with that. And once it goes up in place, that'll be fixed. once I get the latches in it. So that's where we're at. Took like all week basically trying to fix doors that we thought we was already done with almost, but now we're kind of going to start over. I'm going to try to strip this paint off, obviously, because you can see it's got several layers of paint on it, and I don't want to leave that paint on there. And it looks like it's got a little body filler at the bottom, but that's kind of normal, you know. Go in there and address that once we get the paint stripped off of it, fix that. I'm a paint and body guy. That's just, to me, that's just normal repairs. That's nothing. When you go trying to build the whole bottom of half of a door in and out of just sheet metal, it kind of gets scary. Yeah, there's the Mustang still sitting over there. We're going to get started on soon. Yes, we started trimming the quarter panel out on it. And it's crazy how cheap the quarter panels for these Mustangs are compared to the 55s. They're dirt cheap compared to it. And my trusty plasma cutter sitting there because I burnt the tip off of it last week. I guess I got too hot, so I had to order some new tips for it. I guess I'm still learning. But go ahead and do a little walk around on our next project. This is a 68 convertible. All the top stuff's there. All the trim, good windshield. Sorry, this Jeep door is sitting in the way because that's what we was using for parts. We picked up some wheels and threw it on it. We changed it over and put the V8 suspension in it already. We have the factory power steering. It's out of it right now because I have just a standard steering to drive it around. But we're going to put the power steering back in. This car has already got, you can see, new rocker panels. It has new floor pans on this side. It has new frame rails on this side, new torque box on this side, and I have all that new to go on the other side that came with the car. So I got a really good deal on this car. So we do have to still trim. We started working a little bit, trimming the floor pans out on it. Yeah, I know, jump back and forth, but and then this quarter is going to have to be come out too. And I found out also when I removed the other quarter panel, the other side had 2 quarter panels and a patch panel put on it. They just kept welding on top of it. And so I took all that off, and my inner wheel well is gone. I'm sorry, my outer wheel well is gone. Definitely gonna have to be replaced, and looks like it's gonna have to be replaced on the other side. I have the trunk drop down piece on the other side already new to go in it, and this one may have to have one also. But you can see the patching they had already done on the inside of the quarter panel and the layers of quarter panel on top of this. I don't understand why somebody would do that. Why not just go ahead and trim the quarter panel out and replace it? But you know what? In this business, you find out things get done the cheapest and the fastest way to make a car back on the road. This car was actually drivable car just a couple of years ago before the guy that I got it from took it apart and started working on it. But I got a really good deal in this car. It come down from like Indiana. We had to have it shipped down here, and I bought it just by pictures, not realizing I was getting all the new parts with it that I've got. So I was really happy with it. We got a new radiator support to go in it. We got a new bar across the front here to go in it. We don't have the battery box. The battery box is gone. I'm going to have to get that. I do have actually a battery box. I just don't have the part behind it. And I'm going to replace this top rail up here also. But I actually have a parts car outside that has all that in it except for the battery part. I can use the parts off of and not have to buy new ones for that either. So some people will be happy to see this one in the video. It does kind of get ignored right this minute, but not for long, not for long. 55 has been getting a lot of attention in the last couple of months here. I understand. But from what we started from, if you only knew, 55 has come so far. My goal was to be able to at least drive it in the parking lot by Christmas, and we didn't make it, but look at that new shiny radiator laid in there with them floor pans. Looking good. Looks real good until you get back here to the back and you realize we still don't have the trunk pan for it. Looking for a trunk pan still. If anybody has one, I found some pieces up North Georgia, but Pieces are expensive also, and I don't really know if I want to go with pieces, being I wouldn't have the whole trunk pan. So we're still looking for a trunk pan. We haven't really started on this side yet. Still got the strip this quarter. Finish up the rocker on it at the bottom, and then get the door hung on this side. But I guess that's the way. I guess I'm rushing. I mean, this is supposed to be a long process, and I guess we started on this, I don't know, maybe back in September or October this past year. So we've been working on it for 4 or 5 months, maybe for 6 months. I don't know. And weather hasn't been nice to us either. So we got to get these hubs off. Man, these hubs are stuck. Get the front brakes are already completely rebuilt. The back ones, the hubs have not decided to come off yet. So anyway, that's it for today. That's where we're at. I'll make a new video when we get something more progress with this door actually hanging on its own and swinging, and maybe the paint stripped off of it. And go from there. I'm about to order a new gallon of 2K primer. So once we get done with some of the body work, we can start throwing some primer on it, so it won't be down to the bare metal. You'd be surprised how different a car will look with primer on it. Till next time, please subscribe to my channel. Please like my videos. Please comment on them. Please share them with your friends. See y'all later.